gentlemen, hello, welcome to Cycling Valley. This load-in might be a little different from any that you've experienced before because I attempted to stream. It did not go well. Yeah, this is what happened. I just load into an empty spawn point and I see, hey, there's an IS-6 over there, let's go and kill it. So, the audio should kick in the moment that replay had trouble organising itself after not knowing what the hell was going on logging into an empty spawn. So, fantastic matchup we found ourselves in here, but this IS-6 is attempting to get onto the high ground above our team, and we have a shot at that Oho giving chase of our 1.9 second aim time, our 0.23 accuracy, our 259mm pen. I don't think you like that at all. And why didn't I stay to engage for Oho? Because our team aren't engaging him anyway. And admittedly, staying on the flank there causes the team more problems, but this IS-6 is going to be an absolute nightmare for our team if he gets onto the high ground. So, we want to dig him out before he does that. Now, this gameplay review or this analysis is going to be focusing on the next engagement. And I mean the next engagement after the next engagement. I am going to engage this IS-6. However, I've taken now, and it does take a decent amount of time to build up this level of awareness. I don't play the engagement that I'm making. Generally, I play the next one. The one that's going to happen after that. And so, we'll see a good couple of examples of that throughout this gameplay. For example, right now I'm alarmed about that SU-101, who looks like he's gravitating towards my position, bearing in mind that I was spotted by this IS-6. So, I know that I'm going to be outflanked by that SU-101, which is why you're going to see me making odd plays against this IS-6. I aim for the engine, and we do get a lovely fire, and any other day of the week, I'd be staying hold down, because my alarm is 130 at the front is not exactly remarkable. But, seeing now, as well as the SU-101, the Oho is now relocating, as you can see on the map. It's going to enforce, it's going to be a good reason why I do this. I blow the tracks off the IS-6 and attempt to get around him so that I can be prepared for the next engagement, but I can't because he's so fat and Russian. And, gentlemen, don't you just love being a tier 9 heavy tank so that people with 175mm of pen can't pen you? Okay, so, knowing what we have to do, we're gonna get to the other side of the IS-6, which was the objective all along. I think about going up and helping that guy, but the T-30 gets shut down by the object sonar force, so that closes off that line of engagement for me. So I turn around, and I'm going to need to deal with the guys that are coming up behind us. And this IS-6 has died in a rather convenient position, I must say. 254mm of frontal giant armor on the Conqueror and 7 degrees of gun depression. This tank is just amazing when it's hold down. With this rate of fire, I mean, it is just splendid. It's absolutely splendid. Now, the Oni is going to join the party. I must apologise for the FPS, gentlemen. I'm exporting a video in the background, so that will be why I preloaded APCI in anticipation of engaging this Oho here. And unfortunately, I can't engage him without taking damage, so let's use what's around us. And in this case, it's the smoking, smouldering, sparking corpse of this Russian tank destroyer. Thank you, good sir, for allowing me to use your death to my advantage. We'll hold down, we put shots straight from the giant cheeks of the Oho and then begin to load our Hesh shells. Now these have 120mm of pen and 515 alpha damage. They're the same as the shells on the Tortoise, for example. They are amazing. You need to carry a load of these shells if you're playing your Tortoise, your Conqueror, anything that has this type of high explosive squash head ammunition. It is absolutely amazing. So getting one loaded into the chamber, we derp one, and I would have thought Splashing that close enough to the engine deck would have taken that guy out. I imagine that he has a super heavy spore on that tank, which is why it didn't kill him. But I up the tempo and I up the ignition because I know if I get to his side... Oh, that FPS. If I get to his side, look at that. I'm a big old tank. The Conk is not a slimline tank at all. And yet, he just had absolutely no hope of shooting me when I was next to him, and that's why I closed the distance. Wow! It looks like someone's played Kaplunk with this bitch. That was amazing. Okay, alright. So, let's talk about anticipation. Let's talk about thinking about the next engagement, which is what we're covering here. So, let me set the scene. Second Valley, it's 5-7. The enemy had possession of the hill. They'd taken it aggressively with a load of their forces while making a minor attempt to fight for the north as well. Their minor attempt through either luck or skill has won them the north for the time being, and I'm doing my best to wrap that up. Now, I have a choice. Do I go back to base in anticipation that the enemy push down from the hill and take the southern flank? Do I attack the middle and take out this T-25-2 and take a position on the flanks of the enemy, or maybe trying to work my way up there? Or do I take the north and kill this IS-20 Object 704? Now, I've had adequate time to consider and think about whether what I do here was the right play, and I've discovered that it was. Because the enemy have the high ground. Yes, we're back to high ground again, because it's always, I swear, nothing influences my playstyle more than looking at the team list and people being on a higher land than me. That, where the enemy are garrisoned with half of what's left of their team, is high ground. They have the hill, it's pretty much the highest land in the entire map. That is an insanely powerful position. And you know what? So is that. That area up there is high ground. This is an area in the map where the enemy can have power. From this area, they're free to go down anywhere in the map. Free. And able to dictate the pace of the engagement. So, it's far more important for me to clear out the north, kill this IS-20 Object 704, than it is for me to relocate, kill like T-25-2 or get a position to anticipate the southern engagement, because it is easier for me to clear out this area of the map, and I can kill the tanks on this area so that I can't be assisting the engagement later, because what would happen if I went here, maybe I'd harass the T-54, but the T-54 would fall back into this position, get fast support from all these guys. The Target 2 would probably come out and try and kill him, get killed. And then the IS-20 704 would come blazing down from up here. We'd be surrounded, people on the high ground on both sides, and we would die. Simple as that. We need to make sure we can... we need to win one flank. We need to make sure we have won one flank so we can consolidate all of our forces to attack one side of the map together. So that's exactly what we are going to do here, and I was anticipating the enemy team playing far more aggressively, but I'm seeing the 12T and the Panther Jet and the Indian Panzer coming up behind them. So I'm gonna push forward and start harassing myself, because these guys are going to die. There's no question about that. The Panther Jet and 12T I seem to be in behind them. So, no. And I'm getting trolled by my own poor driving. And are we going to be able to secure the kill on the IS? Yes, we are. Back of the channel. This Object 704 is... well, I don't think he's ever been more screwed in his life. Shoots a building out of shift. Should I imagine? And we pick up a kill on him as well. 5 kills. 3,500 damage. And evening out the game, the scores are 9-9, and the enemy have taken the south. Now hear me out. When taking the north, one of the motivations I forgot to mention, because it's so difficult to explain, but one of the motivations for not doing something should be that you're encouraging the enemy to make mistakes. If the enemy take the south, they abandon the high ground. They've come from pretty much the highest point in the map to an area where they are going to be killed. If I had gone south, it may well have meant that the enemy could not win this position and was still garrisoned in a position of power on the hill, and they would win this game. The fact that they pushed and attacked and killed our forces is actually a good thing, because they have abandoned the position of power. So relocating back, because now is the correct time to be attacking, now that the enemy are pushed into poor positions, now that that Leo, that Tiger, that Super version T-29 are attacking. We can get position on their flanks and do absolute wonders for this game. The Skoda picks up the RU. Man, that FPS is in the toilet right now. And I know that that Skoda's going to be a lure for people. There's going to be so many tanks trying to attack him. We get a shot into the flat side of the T-29, and the Skoda goes down to the Super Pershing after putting one shell out. We do get a shot into him. 5.71 rounds per minute on the Conqueror. It's going to allow us to reload and finish him off. I do believe I have the Panther 88 to thank for knocking the building down there, allowing me to get the shot. Where is the T-54? That is a question at this point. This T-54 can kick my British booty. So, I'm not concerned about this T-29. I want to make sure that the T-54 is not anywhere out in this field, because it's not only him I have to worry about. The Leo PGA and the Tiger 1 can give long distance supporting fire. With my hull armor, it's not going to stand up even at distance to those kind of guns. And so I'm conversing here with my max fuelage that I've got on the Conqueror. My ambition is to find out whether the T-54 is over that hill and I don't get spotted. I don't need to spot him, I just need to know whether I get spotted or not. I don't, so I know that the T-54 is doing one of two things. He's either located on this hill spotting for these guys, or he's falling back trying to engage this guy that was spotted by the Leo PTA. So I push forward, because I know that I can gain some land and put some pressure on the enemy team. And look at this aim time. Able to put a shot out, presumably hitting the Leo, and we get lit up by the T-54, so we hug the nearest building so that we can get cover from the hill. It looks like, attacking the heat shell, it looks like the T-54 is actually hold down there, bouncing a shell long distance from what I assume was the Leo PGA. And we can go down, and now this is where my dystonia comes into play. I can't aim the shell. If I could have, I would have had the kill on that Tiger 1. That doesn't matter anyway, as he gets taken out by Tiger 2. I'm working the hold down here against this guy, but T-54 is hold down, and now this is again about anticipation. For one thing, I really don't want to engage that T-54 while he's hold down and while he's firing heat. I am confident in the turret armor of the Conqueror to be bouncing those heat shells consistently. However, it's still not worth it, because I'm not going to be able to put out much damage either, and I'm running low on ammo. I only have 9 shells that will do standard damage, and then 4 of my HE shells might work on the Leo, but are not going to be effective when used against the T-54. So, what are we looking at now? Let's look at what our team is doing. Our 12T is looking to worm his way up to the hill, it would seem. He might be a distraction for the Leo PGA. Okay, that's fine, he'll die in one hit. That's about Leo PGA reload, about 10 seconds that I'll have to capitalise on that advantage if I see the 12T die in battle chat. Fine. Oni is attacking. And as soon as I see that Oni attacking, I know he's dead. He's going to get killed by the T-54 and the Leo. But I am going to be able to take advantage of that, because although the T-54 would keep the same position, that O'Neill will most likely result in the Leo PGA being lit up on the top of the hill. Now, if I engage him from here, I get shot by the T-54 because most likely I'm going to have to expose myself to shoot him if he's any further down the corner where I think he may well be. And so I'm relocating into a different position in anticipation of the next engagement because I don't want to engage there for fear of being engaged by 2 targets at once. If I engage where I'm going, here, it means I can cut off 1 engagement. I can make it so that I only have to engage the Leo PTA and not the T-54 at the same time. And there's the Leo PTA. We're in a perfect position to put out a shell. It's just good anticipation. He only falls to the T-54. And now I'm thinking I can take a hit from that Leo PTA. So, oh wait, no, I'm not thinking that at the moment. I'm thinking that a little later. I'm getting ahead of myself, but we put a shell out into the T-54 who is down below us. Now Panther 88 is making an engagement, and as soon as I see that, I think, okay, I can take a hit from the Leo PTA. While the T-54 is distracted, I'm not going to take another hit from him, so I can squander this health to get a shot into the T-54. Now I hear the Leo PTA fire. Now the Leo PTA has DVM very similar to the Centurion 7-1. From the shell that he fired at me earlier, we know that he's... Wait. Wow, I think I actually misplayed the hell out of this, did I? I think the Leo PTA fires APC... You know what, I won't be content until I check that. Yeah, I am right, gentlemen. I am a noob. I was under the impression in this game that the Leo PTA was using the 105mm cannon with a pulling DPM. As it happens, because the fact that we haven't bounced any APCR shells, or we know that it was the Leo firing at us earlier, or we think it was. Wait, it may have been the Tiger. It may well have been the Tiger that shot at us earlier. But in any case, my logic right now in this game was that Leo PTA has fired with a 10.5cm cannon. He has a 9-10 second reload. I can afford to poke over the side of this sponge, take a hit from the T-54, and put out a damaging shot into him because I heard the Leo shell land over there. What I was curious about is as to whether he was using 9cm with 212mm of pen, 240 alpha damage, in which case I would have been in trouble there, but I don't think he is. And this 12T is being a really good distraction, and we get the Leo PTA in the side. And this T-4 is coming around to us, but I know that he's a one-shot, and so I'm not really interested in wasting any time here. I'm not interested in sitting hold down and squandering a shot. I'm just going to move out, side on, and make sure that that one secures the kill. So, gentlemen, a good example here of anticipating the engagement, good situational awareness, good tactical play. To know that we had to clear the high ground of enemies before coming back to the south, and letting the enemy have those positions was a key point to winning the game. Letting the enemy push the T-29 and the Super Pershing and the T-54, letting all of them push. The T-54 got stuck in a terrible position, and I only have one article of fire support apart from the Tiger on the hill. So, gentlemen, hopefully you found the gameplay helpful. Do leave me your thoughts in the comments down below, and until next time, farewell. What? What? How is that a thing? Now I can focus on my gameplay. Headache! I will...
Violated number 1 rule.
Oh, there he is.
He's camping.
Get him.